గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, శుభోదయం, స్వాగతం. ఈరోజు మరి డే 13 క్లెప్ 2 స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ సిరీస్లో మీ అందరికీ స్వాగతం తెలియజేస్తున్నది ఇస్మాయిల్. మరి ఈ లైవ్ ఇంటరాక్టివ్ వెబినార్ సిరీస్ ఏదైతే యూట్యూబ్లోనో అలాగే ఫేస్బుక్లోనో స్ట్రీమ్ అవుతుందో, మరి ఈరోజు చూసినట్టయితే ఒక మంచి టాపిక్తో మీ ముందుకు రావడం జరిగింది. మరి టాపిక్ ఏంటంటే ఎక్స్ప్రెసింగ్ ఒపీనియన్స్. మన ఒపీనియన్స్ని ఎలా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయాలి అని మనకు తెలియజేయడానికి మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్స్. సో ఐ హార్టీ వెల్కమ్ మిస్టర్ సుమన్ బండి గారు ఫ్రమ్ Bangalore for today's session. Good morning, sir. And Vijay Bhaskar garu from Gonegandla, Kurnool district. He is a HM of a primary school. Good morning, sir, and welcome. Mr. Madhu, Madhubabu garu, SA English ZPHS Kasibugga Srikakulam. Welcome, Madhu garu. Mari మనతో ఉన్నారు డిజిటల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వింగ్ హెచ్ఓడి మిస్టర్ పోకూరి శ్రీనివాస్ గారు. వెల్కమ్ యూ, సార్. And I request you to introduce Suman Bandi garu to the viewers.
Welcome all the participants to this session. Suman Bandi garu is a teacher trainer and trainer to the teachers from the Regional Institute of English, Bangalore, and he has a capacity to increase the capacity of the teachers on English, and he also helped this in building of many modules in English. So we heartily welcome you and your team, Madhubabu and Vijay Bhaskar garu, to place this occasion. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for welcoming me and the resource persons of today's session. So good morning, dear teachers. Welcome all of you to yet another day, yet another new session on the Spoken English series, webinar 13. So please give me a while I share my screen. So today, webinar 13 is going to be about expressing likes, dislikes, and opinions. So just as all of you know, we are discussing about various language functions. Yesterday, we have covered two important language functions, expressing abilities and also how to make requests in English. So today we are going to look at yet two other important language functions, that is expressing likes and dislikes and also opinions. So these two language functions are also among the basic and frequently used language functions. So for today's session, I have along with me state resource persons from Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Vijay Bhaskar garu and Mr. Madhubabu garu. So I welcome both of them. They'll be joining us in the second half of the session. So what are we going to look at today? Look at various phrases and expressions to perform these language functions, that is expressing likes, dislikes, and opinions. We are going to understand the meaning, variation in usage of these expressions and words contextually. And towards the second half, we are also going to talk about how to present these language functions in the classrooms for our primary children. As I said, not only learning about these language functions is important for us as teachers, but we also should equip ourselves with the knowledge of how to present these in the classroom. So first, let us start by talking about expressing likes and dislikes. We all are different in so many ways, isn't it? We all have our own differences. So one important aspect that leads to such differences is our likes and dislikes. So in the way dislikes, we all are different, isn't it? What do we like, right? For example, what do we like to eat? What do we like to do in our free times, right? What do we not like? So when we talk about these things, we all are different. What someone likes, someone else may dislike, and what somebody else may dislike, someone else may like. So to know somebody is also getting to know about their likes and dislikes. So when you know about somebody's likes and dislikes, you are actually getting to know them better. And we use this function so often. This function is such an important and frequent part of our daily life that nobody has to teach you. Actually, we all of us who have basic proficiency in English can already express our likes and dislikes to a certain extent. But in today's session, we are going to look at the common phrases and expressions that we use to express likes and dislikes, and also some other alternate forms and common mistakes, if any, during expressing likes and dislikes. Next. So first, we look at how to make different types of sentences, different types of sentences while expressing likes and dislikes. So like, as all of you know, is the most important and most common verb when it comes to expressing likes and dislikes. Most of us in the spoken context, we use this verb like. So how do we make positive sentences? So when we express likes and dislikes, we primarily use the present tense, the simple present tense. As you can see, some example sentences are, I like English. As a teacher of English, of course, I have to like English. I like English. We like English, right? And you like movies. They like movies. So this is how positive statements look like when you're talking about expressing likes. Now, if you notice carefully, the third and fourth sentences, the verb takes a yes form, likes. So why does this happen? Because the subjects are singular. He likes popcorn. She likes popcorn. And Rama, even proper names here, even when we talk about proper names, Rama is singular here. So all singular subjects take likes. But if you look at the first sentence, I like English. I is also singular. But why does I take doesn't take the yes form? So I is an exception. I always takes the plural form. Now this is not about likes and dislikes. All verbs in English, when we use the present tense, singular verbs take the yes form, he, she, it, and all proper names like Rama, Rama likes dancing, Mohan likes movies, etc. All proper names, when they are singular, they take the yes form, and plural nouns take the without yes form. So I is an exception. So this is how we make positive sentences. We express likes and dislikes mainly using the present tense. Next, when we express likes and dislikes, especially likes, let us look at the variation in terms of forms. So after the verb like, what are the different phrases, types of phrases that we can use? So look at the first set of sentences. I like chocolates. I like movies. I like freedom fighters. Now, if you see all the words that come after the verb like, right? If you see, they are all various objects, various things, or people. So when you express likes, you can say that you like various people, things, or even places. So I like chocolates, I like movies, I like cookies, I like film actors, I like nature rich places, I like Bombay, I like Bangalore. So you can have places, people, or objects and people after the verb like. The second sentence, if you see, I like swimming, I like driving, I like fishing. So how are these objects different from the first ones? So these are not things, but these are concepts, these are processes, these are actions, right? These are the names of a few actions. So swimming, right? So swimming is a process. So you are using the ing form, the noun form. These are also gerunds. When you use a verb as a noun, you refer to them as gerunds. So similarly, you can use any ing form, the process of doing anything. I like acting, right? I like driving. I like talking. I like listening. So similarly, you can use any ing form of a verb. And the third one, if you see, this is slightly different. These are also actions. but if you see, they are used along with the preposition to. So to swim, to drive, to act. These are all base forms of verbs, as you can see. To like, to act. So the meaning is same. When you say I like swimming and I like to swim, the meaning is same. Only the forms are different. In the second case, we are using an ing form. In the third case, we are just using it with a to infinitive. In grammar, we call it as a to plus infinitive. So this is how, when we express likes, we can talk about objects, people, things, or actions both in ing form as well as to infinitive forms. Now, by adding an adjective or by adding a phrase, we can make our statements of like more specific. For example, the first statement, I like chocolates. I can make it more specific by adding an adjective. I like dark chocolates. I like milk chocolates. I like cold chocolates. I like soft chocolates. Similarly, the second sentence, I like swimming. You can make it more specific by adding I like swimming in a river. I don't enjoy swimming in a well. Similarly, the third expression, I like to swim. I like to swim where? I like to swim in a pool. Or the timing. You can add a phrase which reflects timing. I like to swim in the mornings. I like to swim in the evenings. So this is how we can make, by adding phrases and adjectives, we can make our statements of like more specific, so that the opposite person knows better about our likes and dislikes. So far we have looked at how do we express likes, right? Next, let us look at how we can express our dislikes when we do not like something. So look at the first statement, I like coffee. This is a positive statement. So how do we make it into a negative statement, right? How do I make it into a dislike? When you express dislike, you use the word not, the negative word not, and you use it with an auxiliary verb. So here we have two auxiliaries, do and does. So I, as I said, takes always the plural verbs. That is why I like coffee. I do not like coffee. I do not like. This is the negative form of the sentence. I like coffee. Similarly, you can also use the direct verb dislike. The opposite of like is dislike. So instead of saying I do not like coffee, you can also say I dislike coffee. And don't is the contracted form of do plus not. As you all know, as we have already discussed, contracted forms are used especially in the spoken form. Most of the time in the spoken form, we do not use full forms. So don't for spoken English, and maybe when you're talking in a formal context, when you're writing, you're supposed to use a do not or the full form. So I don't like, we don't, and they don't. These are all the subjects that take the plural auxiliary don't or do not. Look at the next sentence. She likes tea. As I already said in the positive sentences, she likes, he likes, she goes, he goes, right? These subjects take the singular form. Similarly, when it comes to like, also, she likes tea, the negative form, you add the auxiliary does plus not. So she doesn't like tea. He doesn't like tea. Mohan doesn't like tea, right? If it is a full form or a formal context, you say does not. And if it is a spoken context, you're supposed to say she doesn't like tea. So this is how we express dislikes, basically using the verb like. Next, so while talking, it is also important to ask questions about likes and dislikes. So not only we should be able to talk about our likes and dislikes, but also we should be able to ask questions about others' likes and dislikes. So how do questions related to likes and dislike look like? So let us first look at the yes or no questions. As you know, questions are of two types, yes or no questions and WH questions. So how can we ask somebody a yes or no question about likes and dislikes? In fact, even before expressing likes and dislikes, the questioning becomes a very, very important aspect. Because in real life, most often, we don't express our likes and dislikes on our own. Somebody has to ask us a question about our like and dislike. Maybe somebody wants to offer something. Maybe somebody wants to start doing something with you. That is when somebody can ask you a question. So, do you like chess? Or somebody, you visit somebody's home, they want to offer you something. So they'll ask you, do you like coffee? Do you like tea? And that is when you say, yes, I like coffee or I like tea. So that is why questioning, the process of making question becomes an important aspect of using these functions or performing these functions. So if you look at how do questions look like, the yes or no question, the auxiliary questions. Because as I already said, likes and dislikes are expressed in the present tense. Naturally, when you frame questions, yes or no questions, the auxiliary verbs are do and does, depending on the subject. So if it is a plural subject, we use do. If it is a singular subject, we use does. So do you like chess? If the subject is he or she, does he like chess? Does she like chess? Or if you're talking about a particular person, does Ram like chess? So similarly, just like statements, the various forms that come after the verb like. In the first question, do you like chess? This is just the name of a game. Or you can also say, do you like to play chess? Here using a verb form after like, to plus infinitive form. Do you like to play chess? Do you like to eat fruits? Do you like to talk to me? Do you like to spend time with me? Similarly, you can also use an ing form while making questions, just like statements. Do you like playing chess? Do you like eating outside? Do you like going on a long drive? So this is how you can use, similar to statements, you can use objects, places, people, or to plus verb forms, basic verb forms, or even ing forms while making questions. And the last question, if you can see in the first set of questions, don't you like chess? This is a negative question. Just like yesterday we discussed, just like we have positive questions, we can also have negative questions, right? As we discussed, a negative question is used for confirmation. So don't you like chess? So when do you ask this question? When you already have some information but you are not sure. You thought the other person likes chess, but now it seems to be, it doesn't seem to be so. So that is where and when you can ask, don't you like chess? And look at the next set of questions. These are WH questions. As you can see some examples, how do these look like? What do you like? What do you like to eat? What do you like to play? Or what do you like doing? The ing form. Which one do you like? When you are asking about a choice between two things or two objects, which one do you like between these? Why do you like her so much? To the extent to which you like something or somebody. So while making questions, if you notice some structural aspects to be kept in mind. Look at the first set of examples. You like fruits. This is a statement. So to convert this into an yes or no question, all you have to do is put the auxiliary in the beginning, put the helping verb in the beginning, depending on the subject. If it is you like fruits, do you like fruits? If it is she like fruits, you will say, does she like fruits? Similarly, if you want to frame a WH question, which are question, these are not like yes or no questions where the answer is limited to yes or no. So all you have to do is put the WH word in the beginning followed by the auxiliary. So do you like fruits? Yes or no question or auxiliary question. And WH question, what do you like? Right? Why do you like this? Right? This is how you can replace the other WH words and form questions about WH questions about likes and dislikes. If it is the subject is she likes soft drinks. Because she takes the yes form, again the auxiliary should be does. So does she like soft drinks? Does he like cookies? Does Mohan like English movies? So this is how you can frame, other examples. What does she like? What does she like? What doesn't she like? A negative question. So we can make questions using the verb like, various types of questions. So far, we have focused on sentence making. How can we make different types of sentences? That is, positive statements expressing likes, negative statements expressing likes, and various questions about likes and dislikes. Now, let us look at what are the other forms, what are the other phrases, expressions that we use to express likes. So, apart from the verb like, you can use these range of phrases and expressions in order to use, depending upon how you want to express and the context. Some expressions are used in the formal, informal context, and some of them are used in the formal context. For example, I enjoy. Enjoy is a very common verb which you can replace by the verb like. So the structural aspects also remain the same. Just like you say, I like movies, you can also say, I enjoy movies. Just like you can say, I like watching movies by adding a verb. I enjoy watching movies. And I am into, look at this phrase, I am into. This is an informal expression. We are not supposed to use this informal expression. So you can say I am into is always followed by the ing form of the action. I am into acting. I am into acting means nowadays or recently I have started acting in films or short films, whatever. I am into acting. He is into business. You can also use the noun forms. So the recent changes that have happened into your life, something that you have taken up, you can say using I am into. And another important verb here is love. So instead of like, you can always say love, but love is normally considered as a stronger form of like. When you really think very intensely, so you say, I love watching films. Or you can make it stronger by adding these words like, I really love watching movies. I just love watching movies. So just is mainly used in informal spoken context. I'm fond of. So this expression is a kind of formal expression. I am fond of. You can use it informally as well as formally. So fond is a form of stronger like. I'm fond of music. I'm fond of music. I'm fond of movies. I'm fond of food. I'm fond of Italian food. And I am interested in. The next expression is also a formal, usually a formal expression. I am a fan of. You can also say I'm a big fan of to make your statement even more stronger. I'm a fan of movies. I'm passionate about. So passion also refers to a stronger form of like. I'm passionate about. What I really like is. My favorite thing to do is. So these last two expressions are really very, very more formal. So when it comes to expressing dislike also, we have a range of expressions. As we have already seen, the opposite of like is dislike. So you can just say, I dislike. I do not like, I dislike. I hate. So hate is a stronger form of dislike. When you really hate something, you really do not like it at any cost. So I hate watching movies. I hate traveling alone, right? I hate staying alone. I'm sick of, I'm tired of. So these are again normally used in formal as well as informal expressions. I'm tired of is a little more formal. I'm sick of somebody, right? You are tired of somebody. Somebody is annoying you. They're irritating you a lot, right? So you do not like that to so much of extent you say, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of this thing. I'm sick of the work. When your workload increases a lot, you're tired doing your work, you can say, I'm tired of doing this work. I'm sick of doing this job. Next, I can't stand and I can't bear. Again, both these expressions are also formal expressions. Normally, we don't use them in informal situations. So, I can't stand his rude behavior, right? I can't stand doing this job anymore. I can't bear his nonsense. I can't bear this nuisance. And similarly, last two expressions are also usually used in the formal context. It's not my thing, you know, it's not my thing, but it is not as specific as it's not my cup of tea. This is such a common expression. I'm sure many of you have heard this expression, right? It's not my cup of tea, right? Means when you do not like something, you can formally say, it's not my cup of tea. Next, sometimes you like more than one thing, right? You like more than one thing. Let us take a context here. You like tea and you also like coffee. You have the habit of taking both. So, though you like both, you might have to say which one do you prefer, right? So you can say I prefer tea to coffee. This is an expression where prefer you use when you are talking about two things or more than one things from a set of things which you like, but then you have to prioritize your choice. So that's where you say prefer. And when you use prefer, this expression goes with to. So you are supposed to say I prefer tea to coffee. So though I like both tea and coffee, I normally prefer. So when it is a general preference, uh, which applies to all time frames, you can say, I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer fresh fruits to fruit juice, etc. But somebody is asking you now, they want to offer you something. So right now, what would you prefer? You like tea and you like coffee, but right now, what do you want to have? So that is where you can say, I'd like to have coffee right now. Whereas prefer is a general preference. Whereas right now, in this context, when somebody wants to offer you something, you can say, I would like to have coffee. Though in informal context, you reduce this expression, use the contracted form, I'd like to have coffee. I'd like to have fruits. I'd like to have lunch. This is how you use this expression. So this is all about expressing likes and dislikes. Next, we'll go to part two, that is expressing opinions. This is also an important and a basic function, right? So on a day-to-day basis, all of us express opinions, but it is important to understand the term opinion before we expressing opinion. So what is an opinion? It is just your feeling about somebody or something. What do you feel about something or somebody? తెలుగులో చెప్పుకోవాలంటే ఒపీనియన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ మీ అభిప్రాయం, రైట్? ఒక వ్యక్తి గురించి, ఒక ఒక వస్తువు గురించి లేదా ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ గురించి మీ అభిప్రాయం ఏమిటి, రైట్? సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఒపీనియన్ రెఫర్స్ టు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ పర్సనల్ point of view, is what you think about something and somebody. మీరు ఒక వ్యక్తి గురించి, ఒక వస్తువు గురించి లేదా ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ గురించి ఏమనుకుంటున్నారు, రైట్? మీ ఇండివిజువల్ అభిప్రాయం, రైట్? So it is based on your experiences and preferences. So opinions change from person to person. అంటే ఒకే వ్యక్తి గురించి, ఒకే వస్తువు గురించి people can have various different opinions. So why do these changes happen? That is because your experiences are different. So opinions are based on your experiences as well as your preferences. Now opinion from fact. This is very important distinction that we need to make. Opinion is different from fact. Normally people are confused between opinions and fact. So opinion is your point of view. You are thinking about something or somebody. Whereas fact is a statement of truth. అంటే ఫ్యాక్ట్ ని మీరు వెరిఫై చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఢిల్లీ is the capital city of India. That is not opinion. ఏ ఒక్క వ్యక్తి అభిప్రాయమో కాదు అది. Everybody knows that it is true. So there is no debate on the fact, right? Delhi is the capital city of India. India is a large country, right? Vijayawada is located in Andhra Pradesh. This is a fact. But when you say Vijayawada is a beautiful city and chepte, that becomes opinion. ఎందుకంటే వైజాగ్ వాళ్ళు no వైజాగ్ is a beautiful city అని చెప్తారు, right? More beautiful than. So that is an opinion. That is why there is no right or wrong about when it comes to opinions. But when it comes to facts, facts can be said stated right, this is wrong. But when it comes to opinion, there is no opinion which can be stated or proved to be right or wrong, right? So opinions are personal choices, personal belief statements, that's it. There is no right or wrong. Most of the quarrels between people happen due to variation in opinion. So everybody wants to stick to their opinion. I am right, I am right. And the opposite person keeps arguing, no, I am right. But we have to understand that opinions are never wrong or wrong. You can have a majority opinion, you can have a minority opinion, but then still opinion is a opinion. So what are the common phrases that we use when we express opinions? So these are some of the common expressions. I think you should work hard. I think you should work hard. I believe this is true. Nobody knows what is true, but I believe this is true. But my friend says this is not true. So it's all about your personal thinking. I feel you should change your job. In my opinion, you should leave now. You should not stay here anymore. In my opinion means I think, right? I would say. So last two expressions are slightly more form opinion and I would say. Now we can also make our opinions stronger. Sometimes we have to be assertive while expressing our opinion. So how do we make that? By adding adjectives and adverbs. Notice the same expressions along with an adjective or an adverb. Instead of saying I think, if you say I really think, you're making it stronger. I honestly think, I strongly believe that we need to make some changes. I actually feel. So instead of just saying I feel, I actually feel. You're making it stronger, right? So instead of saying I feel, I truly feel you should not do it. In my strict opinion. So this is an adjective. Most of the other words are adverbs. In my strict opinion. So this is how, by adding an appropriate adjective or adverb, we can make our opinions count stronger. We can make them stronger. So when you use these words, the opposite person will start taking your opinions, start considering your opinions more seriously. They add weight to your opinion. Now, when it comes to opinions, we can, the moment we say opinion, of course, it usually means your personal opinion, but sometimes you may have to express general opinions also. So what are these? Look at the first three statements, expressions. In my opinion, if you ask me, I really feel that. So all these expressions refer to somebody's individual thoughts. What do you as an individual feel about something, think about something or somebody? That's it. So these kind of expressions refer to your individual point of view, that is personal opinions. But sometimes when we express our opinions, to make them count, to make them more stronger, we may have to say that it is not only me, it is not only I who thinks that this is true, but there are many people who believe that this is true. So that is where you change the expression by saying some people say that, right? So some people, there are a lot of people who believe that this is true. Everybody knows. So though it is an opinion, it is like a fact. I am considering that this is true. It is not just me or I who thinks that this is true. Everybody knows that. For example, let us say you are in an office setup. You are working in an office. There are hundreds of employees. So there is one Mr. X who is very inefficient in his work. But he has a lot of other positive traits also. He is inefficient when it comes to work. He has showed or displayed his inefficiency many times by the way of his behavior. So most people in the office think that he's inefficient, but there are at the same time many positive aspects of him why the management wants to retain him, right? They don't want to, dismiss him from the job. So in such case, when you are making a statement about that person, you can say everybody knows that he is inefficient, but there are some people who still look at those positive traits or positive qualities. So that is where you may want to say, I think that he is inefficient. It is not just sufficient, because there are many other people also who think like you. So to make it stronger and more valid, you might say everybody thinks that he is inefficient, or many of us think that, many people, most people think that he is inefficient. So this is how we can differentiate between personal opinions as well as general opinions. Let us look at some of the formal phrases. So if you are giving your opinion in a very formal context, formal gathering, expressions that you can use that can sound better. In my view, it seems to me that we have to make a lot of changes. Here is an example. From my point of view, I don't think we should do this. This is how you can express. From my perspective, company should not adopt this policy. This is what I feel. So this is how these expressions can be used in more formal occasions or contexts. So not only expressing your opinions, also be able to ask for others' opinions. Because when it comes to opinions, as I said, there is no right or wrong. So when you are discussing or sharing opinions, you can take a better decision, right? You should always be able to ask for others' opinions along with expressing your opinions. So it's important to know how to ask others of their opinions, right? So informally, we can use any expression. For example, what about you, Vijay? What do you think? It's your turn. You can use any expression, but then formally there are some expression of. What do you think about this, Mr. Vijay? What are your thoughts about this? How do you feel about this? Do you think this works? Do you think this will work? What is your opinion about this? What is your opinion on this, Miss Geeta? Is that what you think? So these are yes or no questions, some auxiliary questions, as you can see, which you can use when you ask for opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with this? Do you agree with have you got an opinion to share? So as you can see, most of these questions are again used in the present tense, because even the statements like I think, in my opinion, I feel, I believe, even while expressing we used verbs in the present tense. Similarly, if you can see, most of these questions are also used in the present tense. What do you think? What are? How do you feel? Do and feel, right? What is your opinion? Is that what you think? Is. So all these, most of these are in the present tense. Have you got your opinion? This is also present perfect. So all of them are used in the present tense, and this is how we can ask about others' opinions. And when you ask for others' opinions and others express their opinions, it is also important for you. It becomes a requirement for you to agree. You either have to agree to somebody's opinion or you have to disagree. So if you agree, how do you agree? What are some of the expressions which you can use in order to agree to somebody's opinion? So informally, you can say, of course, I agree. That's true. Definitely. That's a good point. I think you are right. I couldn't agree more. So if you can see, the first two or three expressions are mainly used in the informal situations or semi-formal situations, whereas the last three are used mainly in the formal context. That's how you can agree to somebody. That's a good point. That's a very good point. You want to make it stronger. I think you are right. I think you have a point there. That's a very important point. I couldn't agree more. Formal expressions. Similarly, it's also important to know how to disagree to somebody's opinion. You can say, I disagree. I don't agree. Yeah, but I disagree. Yeah, but I don't think I'll agree. So mainly these expressions are used informally, and also please note that sometimes direct disagreement, depending on the context and person with whom we are talking, can be rude. For example, directly if you say in certain situations, certain people may get offended. If you directly say, I disagree, you are wrong. So it depends on the context. If you have a lot of freedom with that person, you can say, I disagree, you are wrong, I don't agree with you, etc. But in a more formal situations, being more polite, you can choose to use the expressions, I'm afraid I disagree, I'm afraid I will have to disagree with you, I'm sorry, but I don't agree. You can be direct if it is required, but you can apologize. This is how you can be more polite while disagreeing to somebody's opinion. Now, the last two expressions are also formal in nature, but as you can see, they are more tactful. That's partly true, which means you are not completely disregarding the opposite person's statement or opinion. That's partly true, but and then you can say express your disagreement. I see your point. So you are acknowledging before disagreeing with the opposite person, you are acknowledging what the person has said. You are giving some value to what he or she has said. So I see your point, but we'll have to do this, not what you said, etc. So this is how we can disagree. So opinions are not always statements beginning with I think, I believe, you should, or in my perspective. So far, we have seen only such expressions. So opinions are not always statements beginning with these phrases. Opinions in simple terms can also be expressed using descriptive words. On a daily basis, when we talk about things, people, when we describe people, things, objects, or places, we use various adjectives, isn't it? For example, look at these example sentences here. The movie was fantastic. So you just watched a movie and you feel the movie is fantastic. Not everybody feels it is fantastic. Somebody may dislike the movie. The event, sorry, that's a typing mistake. The event was wonderful. You attended an event, but somebody else might feel it is not so great. So though these are describing words, so as long as multiple possibilities are there, these are also opinions. She is a great human being. You feel somebody is a great human being, but somebody else might not feel. You might have seen some positive traits. So even when we use descriptive adjectives like this also, uh, you can still consider these to be as opinions. What do you think about something? The movie was super, good, extraordinary. A book, good read, great read. A book was engaging, a book was boring. People are charming, beautiful, attractive. You feel somebody is beautiful, but the same person, somebody else may not feel that he or she is beautiful or attractive. So what attracts to you may, the equation may change from person to person. If somebody helps you, you feel that that person is helpful, but somebody else has not received any help from that person, so he may not say, she may not say this is a very helpful person, right? So these are also some kinds of opinions when it comes to describing, using descriptive words like adjectives. So this is all about expressing opinions. And so today we have covered two important language functions: expressing likes and dislikes, expressing opinions. As I said, this is only for your awareness and information. If you think that you are not good at performing these functions, you need to practice a lot using some good books or online exercises, or getting exposed yourselves to, various texts or conversations, narrations in English. So with this, I thank all of you and stop my presentation, and I will have small demos by the SRPs Madhu Garu and Bhaskar Garu about how can we present this in the classroom. So I'll invite Mr. Madhu Babu Garu to start his presentation to show us a demo, a presentation on how we can present these language functions in the classrooms to our primary children. Thank you all.
Madhukar, you please unmute once.
Thank you so much, Suman sir, for introducing me and inviting me for this small demo. Dear teachers, namaste. And I'm very happy to participate and take part in this webinar conducted by APSCRT. So while in this today's presentation, we will look at how best a language functions. And that's all about likes and dislikes. Right? Please give me some time. Thank you so much, and sorry for the disturbance. Right. In this session, we will see we can express likes and dislikes and how well we can introduce likes and dislikes to your friends, and we can ask about likes and dislikes to your friends. And finally, we will know how to conduct a small interview to know about likes and dislikes of your friend. All right. So this is how I plan. Well, first we will see how well we can introduce these expressions in our classroom. I thank Mr. Suman sir for making my job easy. Now say I like, I love, I don't like, I hate. And one more interesting thing is that we will see how well we can design interesting activities and give ample practice to our students. Because as we are talking about spoken English, we should give ample practice and provide a lot of opportunities for our students. Let's see how we can do this. And in the third area, we can see how we can help our students use these expressions in their day-to-day communication. And finally, we will also see what are the various kinds of techniques we can use to evaluate the learning outcomes. So are you ready? Right. Now, we will begin with a warm-up activity. Look at this picture. What do you find? So, dear teachers, whenever we are beginning a session, we can interact with the students with a small warm-up activity. And when we close also, we can end with a wrap-up activity. So first you will see a warm-up activity. So this is interesting activity. So look at the picture. What do you find? You find a lot of fruits, right? So now what you have to do and what you have to give instructions to your students is, పిల్లలు మీ పేరుతో మీరు అందరు కూడా ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసుకొని మీకు నచ్చిన ఫ్రూట్ ఏంటో ఐ లైక్ అని చెప్పండి, అండ్ నచ్చనిదైతే ఐ డోంట్ లైక్ అని చెప్పండి. సో ఐల్ షో యూ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. హలో, ఐఎమ్ మధు అండ్ ఐ లైక్ మ్యాంగోస్ అండ్ ఐ డోంట్ లైక్ మంకీస్. ఇక్కడ మనం చిన్న చిన్న వేరియేషన్స్ ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అదే క్లాస్ 1 క్లాస్ 2 స్టూడెంట్స్ కి అయితే ఓన్లీ యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ అబౌట్ టెల్ అబౌట్ ఫ్రూట్స్. ఓకే, అదే కొంచెం సెకండ్, థర్డ్, ఫోర్త్ ఆర్ ఫిఫ్త్ క్లాసెస్ వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు వాట్ వి విల్ డూ ఇస్ we can ask the students to begin the name of a fruit with their name as the first letter M. This is how we can give practice. Now, after this warm-up activity, now we can see how well we can present this activity. First of all, introducing the items. So, you can see here, I think you're all hungry now. I'm also hungry, right? I want to eat this. What is this? It's a mango. Wow, yummy. I like it. I love mangoes, right? What do you find here? This apple I really love, but I will give it to my son. Now, we'll see. What is this? Tomato. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like tomatoes. So now, can you find here? You can use certain gestures and you can bring certain things and you can do this, and you can introduce these structures like I like it, I love mangoes. And at the same time, when you don't like, you can say I don't like it, I hate tomatoes, right? So now we'll play and we will see this. What do you find here? What is the girl doing? The girl is eating noodles. So what do you think she will be saying? Yeah, I like noodles. I love noodles. And as Suman sir said, sir gave a lot of expressions. We can use it in our day-to-day lives. But whereas for children, they can say, I like noodles or I love noodles. And now we will see, yeah, look at this. She doesn't like it. She hates it. Look at the expression on her face. So you can say, I don't like dates. I hate nuts. So when you are introducing these expressions, you can give support with the pictures or these kind of things. Now, we'll play one more interesting game. So we introduced already, I like and I don't like. Now, I want you to familiarize, our children, how well we can introduce the concept like questions. And we play a small game. Look at a lot of things you can find. What do you find? You can find grapes. You can find strawberry. What else? You can find chicken biryani. I think it's time now. So, dear, when you are interacting with students, you can say, dear students, can you guess what I like? So now, whether the students are comfortable, it's okay. Otherwise, what we can do is simply you can ask, do you like grapes? No, I don't like grapes. Do you like strawberry? I don't like strawberry. So you can continue the same thing like that until you get, so that they will get a lot of practice. Ila okasari oka activity iste, they will be asking, do you like, do you like, do you love? So now we can see what else I like. So what do you find there? What are the boys doing? They're playing video games, right? So now can you guess what I like? Yes, you're right. I love playing video games, right? Similarly, we can give one more expression. Like, what do you find here? A boy is reading a book. So what can we say? I love reading books. Fine. So now we will look at another thing. And as sir was saying, for first and second, we have a lot of interesting things related to fruits and it. And then mana new textbooks lo first and second class lo chuste fruits introduce cheyadam, colors introduce cheyadam jarigindi. Alantappudu we can ask our students to find out this one. And later on for third and fourth and fifth class kochesariki, we can talk about their habits and hobbies. So now you can say, I love painting. To register this, we can say, you can find a lot of pictures. So a boy is playing piano, guitar. So now you can say, I love listening to music like that. So the next area, once mana pillalu eppudaithe they are familiarized with all these expressions, the best way is we will see about what are the various expressions they use to tell about their likes. And the question like, what do you find there? Ice cream, right? So do you like ice cream? Then what are the various expressions you can use? Try to give a lot of chances to your children. And I like ice cream. I really like ice cream. Oh, I love eating ice cream. So you can say some children, like as sir was saying, informal. I'm crazy about ice cream. I'm fond of ice cream. I do love ice cream. So ilanti expressions manam oka picture meda chart meda rasi pedte, children really love and it will be very useful. So now we can give more practice like this. Whatever we taught now, you can see now. What do you find? I love eating ice cream. A girl with an ice cream, right? So now we can see one more example. What do you find? An apple, right? So you can say, I'm fond of apples. Now give practice, show some pictures, and maybe you can say, you can bring any kind of toys or any kind of items and you can see the flowers. And like that you can say, and give a lot of practice. And the next area is, find there. I think it's chicken lollipops, right? It's time, everybody, mouth-watering dishes are ready. So you can say, I really love chicken lollipops. Do you want? So this is how you can engage the children continuously. So now we learned about likes. And now we are talking about dislikes. So, do you like? So everybody likes certain things, as we know that. And there are certain people, they don't like certain things. So now the question is, do you like pet animals? And some people don't like. So they say, I don't like pet animals. I hate pet animals. I dislike. ఎప్పుడైతే వాళ్ళకి నచ్చదు అని అనుకున్నామో, what you can say is, I dislike, I hate, I don't like. And we can use the other expressions also. I'm really sorry, but I really don't like pet animals. Oh, now it's very dangerous. This is how we can introduce based on the level of the students, right? So now we will see question and answer practice, as we are saying. Do you like dates? No, I don't like dates. So ఇలా ఒక పిక్చర్ చూపించడం, పిక్చర్ చూపించి a certain expression ఇచ్చి question అడగడం, then the response will get it. And the next important thing, up to now we introduced various items. Now what we will see is, you have to write certain expressions on the blackboard or a chart. Like, I like dancing, I love eating ice cream. And if you don't like something, you can say, I don't like kabaddi at all, and I hate watching TV serials. ఇలా మనం కొన్ని expressions మనము రాసుకొని చార్ట్ పైన రాసుకొని పెట్టుకుంటే, it will be very useful so that they can use it later on. And now, after getting all this, the next stage is giving practice. Let's see how we can practice, give practice to our students. What all you have to do is collect pictures, bring pictures to the classroom, make it lively. And if you don't have pictures, you can bring toys, and you can bring a lot of colorful items and all, and then you can show. And I can, the first one, you invite 3 students. Number 1, the first one asks about the question like, do you like chocolates? Then ask somebody, the other person, other student to say, yes, I like chocolates. I really love chocolates. And the next one is, obviously, ask the other student to say no. Say no. Do you like grapes? No, I don't like grapes. I hate grapes. In this way, by looking at that picture, this boy or the child can ask a lot of questions. Like, what would be the next question? What do you find there? I think you can find banana, right? So do you like banana? Yes, I like banana. Or you can say, no, I don't like banana. So this is how you can give ample practice to our students. So hope this will be really useful. And now what we'll do is, and when we are talking about the further classes, and as sir was saying, expressing likes is all not enough. What they have to do is, they love to conduct interviews. When we are talking about spoken English, remember, my dear teachers, as Jairaj sir was saying, Purma ma'am was saying, everybody was focusing like, it should be, spoken English is all about what to say and how to say. A pronunciation plays a lot of role here. So what we have to do is, we have to give small mini dialogues like this. So first, this is an interview, and you can prepare question and answers about likes and dislikes. So the first question, there should be 2 students. You can give this practice with 2 partners as a pair drill. Do you like ice cream? Yes. Even in the earlier, I mean, for class 2 or class 3 children, they can simply say, yes, I like, enough. Do you like mangoes? Yes, I like mangoes. And see, whenever you're asking a question, do you like mangoes? Yes, I like mangoes. So a rising tone and falling tone. That's what you have to keep note. Whatever you have learned through this entire webinar, seminars and all. And please internalize when you are going to the teaching. That's very important. So what you can give the task related to food items, colors, and games, whatever they like. And the last one is, don't you like cartoons? Oh no, I'm mad about cartoons. So you should be in a position to use the negative questions also, as sir was mentioning. And you can prepare some more interesting cards like this. What's your favorite food item? You can give the pictures, and then you can find the second one. I made it a different, like, what is your favorite color? What do you find there? You can find a lot of colors, right? Which color do you like? And for that colors, you can show directly, or you can bring a lot of balls, any items, and you can show the children, and they can say, I love green color, or I love red color, I love blue color. So this is how we can say. So one more interesting thing, dear teachers, whenever our students are not opening their mouth, one thing what we can do is we can give an alternative question. Like, do you like grapes or oranges? So definitely they will say grapes, sir, oranges, sir. This is how you can talk about and ask good interviews, conduct interviews. This is the best way of improving your children's spoken English, right? So the next one is we will talk about the evaluation process. So let's check our progress and we will see what are the various tools we can use. So this is what I found in our third class, food habits, good food habits, right? So now we can say, lead the boy towards healthy food. So what do you find there? The boy is saying, I like. You can find apple there and you can like pizza or cream bun. So which one do you think is the right one? I like apple, right? This way of giving small interesting activities with pictures will really help you. And at the same time, you can give one more interesting activity. So here we are familiarizing the children. Please help the children. Please help our small children. See, this is one wonderful activity where you can give for their testing. So put the words into the correct order. So like mangoes, I. See, all the expressions we have familiarized already. So మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే ask the students to do it in such a way. Like mangoes. So I like mangoes. So the next one is dislikes. I don't like eggs. And now here is very important. Like, do you like oranges? There's a question form. So then they will identify, do you like oranges? And the last one is, don't you like chicken? So this is how we can give interesting students to all our interesting activities for all our students. Now, finally, how well we can conduct a wrap-up session, let us see. Dear teachers, are you ready? Get ready with your mobiles. The game is on. What all you can do is, and the question for you is, do you like APSCRT web series on spoken English? Do you love these activities? Come on, interact in your chat box, right? So thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. And now there is one more interesting question for you. That's all for my presentation, and we can see a lot of resources later on whenever we have time. And now, so there's a question for you. What's your opinion about online classes? Confused? Don't you have expressions? I think you have a lot of expressions, I'm sure. But to get more clarity, and now I invite our senior and my beloved friend and RP, Mr. Vijay Bhaskar Garu, to come and take the session about expressing opinions. Thank you. I'll meet in the next session.
Thank you, Madhu Garu.
Yeah, I'm ready, Ismail sir.
Yes. I hope screen is visible to you all. Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go ahead, sir, with your presentation.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఎస్సీఆర్టీ వారు నిర్వహిస్తున్నటువంటి వెబినార్ సిరీస్ కు మరొకసారి మీకు స్వాగతం. టుడే ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రెజెంట్ యూ ఏ డెమో ఆన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెసింగ్ ఒపీనియన్స్. ఇంతవరకు సుమన్ గారి ద్వారా చాలా విషయాలు మనం నేర్చుకున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు వీటిని మన క్లాస్ రూమ్ లోకి ఏ విధంగా తీసుకెళ్లాలో ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్. And Ismail sir, please support me in rolling the, yeah. Objective of my demo is to encourage the children to think and express their objectively, both verbally and non-verbally. One more important thing we have to keep in our minds is we are having creative expression as one of our academic standards. Kabatti అనేటువంటిది అకాడమిక్ స్టాండర్డ్స్ గా ఒక అకాడమిక్ స్టాండర్డ్ గా మనం పెట్టుకున్నాం కాబట్టి దాన్ని మనం అచీవ్ చేయాలంటే తప్పకుండా మన పిల్లలను ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెసింగ్ ఒపీనియన్స్ అనేటువంటి దాంట్లో మాస్టర్స్గా తయారు చేయాలి. అట్లా చేయగలిగినప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఆ అకాడమిక్ స్టాండర్డ్ అనేటువంటిది సంపూర్తిగా నెరవేరుతుంది. ఈరోజు ఆ ఎక్స్ప్రెసింగ్ ఒపీనియన్స్ అనేటువంటి దాన్ని పిల్లల్లో ఏ విధంగా పెంపొందించాలా అనేటువంటి దాన్ని మనం చూసే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్, basing on the objective of the concept, I have designed my presentation in 3 steps. One, to give you some tips to resolve the different issues regarding expressing opinions in the classroom. And I'm going to present you 2 demos, one for level 1 children, that is class 1 and 2 children. And secondly, I'm going for level 2 children, that is class 2, 3, class 3, 4 and 5 children. Next. Coming to the addressing the classroom issues regarding expressing opinions. Next. The major problem we are having in our classroom is with our students, because some of the students are timid, afraid of their mistakes. నేను మాట్లాడితే ఏం తప్పు పోతుందో అని మాట్లాడలేకపోయేవారు. సమ్ ఆర్ రిలక్టెంట్ టు స్పీక్, అస్సలు మాట్లాడకుండా ఉండేటువంటి వాళ్ళు. In order to make our children experts in expressing their opinions, you have to resolve all these problems. అంటే మనం చేయాల్సినటువంటిది ఏంటంటే, ఈ అందరూ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో ఉంచుకొని మనం వారికి తగినట్టుగా మన క్లాస్ రూమ్ యాక్టివిటీస్ని, డెమోను మనం తయారు చేసుకోగలిగితే డెఫినెట్లీ we will get good results. Next, I'm giving you some tips to make your children experts in expressing their opinions. Keep in mind these 5 important factors. In order to make your children experts in expressing their opinions, you have to make them listen carefully first. Listen carefully in the sense listening to your instructions and understanding them. Second one is thinking over the concept given to them to express their opinion. These 2 are the basic steps or factors you have to develop in your children in order to make them experts in expressing their opinion. Besides that, you also make them experts in speaking the facts. ఇటువంటి ఒపీనియన్లో ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ ఉండేటట్టుగా వాళ్లకు మనం ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వాలి. అండ్ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు అలౌ దెమ్ టు ప్రజెంట్ దేర్ వర్షన్స్, టు ప్రజెంట్ దేర్ ఒపీనియన్స్ ఇన్ ఏ డీటెయిల్డ్ ఫార్మ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ఏ స్ట్రైట్ ఫార్వర్డ్, సూటిగా సుత్తి లేకుండా అన్నట్టుగా. సో ఆ విధంగా వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్స్ ను ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేసే విధంగా మనం చేయాలి. అండ్ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు encourage the children to provide reasons for their opinions. వాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒపీనియన్ ఉట్టిగా చెప్పేయకుండా వారు చెప్పేటువంటి ఒపీనియన్ కు ఒక వ్యాలిడ్ రీజన్ ఉండేటట్టుగా మనం తయారు చేయాలి. ఇఫ్ యూ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ దీస్ 5 ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ యూ డెవలప్ దీస్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ in your children, definitely they are going to be very good at expressing their opinions. But my dear teachers, remember, this comes with the practice only. ఏదో ఒకేసారి అన్ని ఇవన్నీ వాళ్ళకు రావు. వాళ్లకు క్రమక్రమంగా ప్రాక్టీస్ ద్వారా they will get all these factors so that they will become experts. Next, I would like to speak something on this. చాలా వరకు మనం సుమన్ గారి ద్వారా విన్నాం. In order to ask opinions from the children, teachers should have some expressions in their mind. Whenever you are going to ask your children to express their opinions, you must keep these 4 expressions in your mind. What do you think about? What do you think about your mother? What do you think about your father? What What is your opinion about? What is your opinion about English subject? What is your opinion about math subject? What are your feelings about? What are your feelings about our school? What are your feelings about your family? What do you feel about? What do you feel about the midday meals served in our school? So, my dear teachers, in order to get good responses from the children, it is most important for the teachers to use appropriate expression in the appropriate context. So, I request you all to have good practice on these expressions. On the other hand, encourage your children to express their opinions, starting with I think, I believe, I like, in my opinion, like that. But this also comes with practice. Give more and more practice to your children to express their opinions freely. At one day, definitely they will become masters in expressing their opinions. Next, coming to the actual demos. మీకు ఇంతకు ముందుగానే చెప్పినట్టుగా నేను డెమోస్ని రెండు భాగాలుగా చేసుకున్నాను. అదేంటంటే ఒకటి క్లాస్ 1-2 చిల్డ్రన్, లెవెల్ 1 చిల్డ్రన్కు ఏ రకంగా మనం క్లాస్ రూమ్లో వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్స్ను ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడానికి యాక్టివిటీస్ చేయాలి. ముందుగా దీన్ని చూద్దాం. ఫర్ దిస్ పర్పస్ ఐ హ్యావ్ సెలెక్టెడ్ ఏ కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ క్లాస్ 2 ఫ్రమ్ న్యూ ఇంగ్లీష్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్, Unit 1A, and the name of the unit is Welcome to School. And objective of this lesson is to introduce children the different things related to school. So I have designed an activity to allow my children to express their opinions based on this context. Next, sir. ప్రొసెసర్ ఈజ్ వెరీ సింపుల్. చాలా మనం ఈ ఆటను వాళ్ళతో ఆడిపిస్తూ ఉంటాం. అదేంటంటే పిక్ ద ఆడ్ వన్ అవుట్ అనేటువంటిది. We can make use of this one very effectively to allow or to encourage our children to express their opinions. First, what you have to do, you have to display a chart containing at least 4 pictures. And in these 4 pictures, 3 pictures should be of one category and 1 should be odd. Ask your children to pick the odd one out. After that, you have to ask them the reason for picking the odd one out. And generally, they will give you answer in their mother tongue. Whenever the children are giving their responses, are expressing their opinions in their mother tongue, please allow it. You have to allow their or honor their responses. After that, it is your part to megaphone it in English and write that expression or their opinion on the blackboard. After that, you encourage the children to say it in English. I would like to give an example for this. Next. Let us try this. Display a picture containing, display a chart containing 4 pictures like this. Ask your children to round off the odd one. Generally, children will do, or they round off the cat in this picture. Now, ask them why they have rounded off or picked out or treated this cat as odd one. Ask them to express their opinions. They will give so many opinions. Some may say book, sharpener and pencil are things, whereas the cat is living thing. Or book, sharpener, pencil are related to school, where cat is not related to school. Like this, they will give so many examples. ఒకసారి గతంలో నేను పనిచేసిన స్కూల్లో ఐ వాస్ ట్రైయింగ్ పికింగ్ అవుట్ ఆడ్ వన్ అవుట్ విత్ ద సేమ్ పిక్చర్. ఇదే పిక్చర్తో నేను ఒకసారి ఒక ట్రై చేశాను. ఒక సెకండ్ క్లాస్ చిన్నారి అనుకున్నట్టుగానే పిల్లి చుట్టూ రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేసింది, క్యాట్ చుట్టూ రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేసింది. నేను అడిగాను, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్, ఎందుకు నువ్వు దాని చుట్టూ రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేసావు అంటే ఆ చిన్నారి అన్నది, బుక్, షార్ప్నర్, పెన్సిల్ని నేను స్కూల్కు తీసుకురావచ్చు సార్, కానీ నేను క్యాట్ని తీసుకురాలేను కదా అన్నది. ఆ తర్వాత తెలుసుకోపోతే ఆ అమ్మాయికి ఒక పెట్ క్యాట్ ఉందట ఇంట్లో. లైక్ దట్, ఇఫ్ యూ ఎంకరేజ్ చిల్డ్రన్ టు ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ దేర్ ఒపీనియన్స్, దే విల్ గివ్ more and more opinions. They can freely express their opinions. So by using simple odd one out activities, you can make your children to express their opinions in the classroom. Sir, next.
Yavaskar garu, try to finish.
Yes sir, yes sir. When you are asking the children to express their opinions in the level 1, for class 1 and 2 children, you have to use some questions like this. Why are you thinking it is different? Why are you thinking the cat is different? Express your opinion. In order to connect it to their daily life, ask like this. Where do you see this? In order to know their interest, ask like this. Do you like it? If you like it, why? In all these questions, you can make the children to express their opinions freely. Next, you can make use of so many items like asking the children to draw the picture, asking the children to color the picture. Next, asking the children to react on a picture. Like that, you can make use of so many things so that they can get chance to express their opinions. But remember one thing, class 1 and 2, if you are teaching class 1 and 2, that is level 1 children, let always expressing their opinions in oral form only. If they are able to express their opinions in written form, well and good, but mostly try to elicit their responses or opinions in oral form. Quickly coming to 3rd, 4th and 5th classes, that is the level 2, I have selected a context from class 3 New English textbooks in unit 2. Name of that unit is the recipe book. The story is simple. It is all about the kitchen utensils coming together for preparing different food items for a dinner. Next, sir. How to ask your children to express their opinions. I am giving you a simple procedure. First, ask your children to say you the things which are required for cooking and write them on the board. When you are writing on the board, don't write them in the form of a list. You have to write them in random fashion. One word here, one word there, like that on the board. It will create some interest among the children. After that, ask them what for they are used. For example, they have said different kitchen items that are used for cooking food, like a knife, like pot, like a stove, like mixie. Yeah, you have written all these things on the board. Now ask them what for they are used and ask them to write it in their notebooks. Go around the class and see what they are doing. Support the children who are lagging back in writing their expression. After that, ask a question. Ask them which thing they like most. They will ask them to write it again. After that, discuss with the children about their answers, because the children are very curious about knowing the opinions of others. So ask their opinions and discuss it for a brief period. After that, write this fill in the blanks exercise on the board. I like, dash because dash. And you as a teacher, you have to fill this first. It is very important as a teacher to present your version to the children, because it will become to do the next step. So write like this. If I am the teacher, I'll write like this. I like knife because it helps me in cutting vegetables. Present your version and ask the children to write their opinion. After writing that, you have to ask them to share their opinion. I like so and so item or thing in the kitchen because it helps for so and so purpose. If you encourage this, they can express their opinion in the written form. When you ask them to share that, they express their opinion in verbal form, in spoken form. Next, sir. Next, sir. Oh, previous slide. One more slide is there, sir. Right. Basing on, sir, basing on the learning standards of the children, you can give more and more creative tasks in order to develop the expression, that is expressing opinions. You can give them some situations, ask them to express their opinions, like give them some situations. Speak something about how we celebrate Children's Day in our school. Speak something about how you celebrated Diwali at your home. And even keeping in mind the learning levels of the children, you can give some clues and ask them to express their opinions in the description form. You can show them a picture, ask them to express their opinion in written form by describing it, or ask them to say something describing the picture. Also, you can give a situation to them, ask them to write a conversation, a situation like your mother is sick and your father is in the kitchen trying to cook food for you, and you are helping your father. What is the possible conversation between you and your father? Ask them like this. Ask them to write that possible conversation in order to express their opinion. Or even you can ask them, basing on their learning standards, small stories to express their opinions. My dear teachers, next, sir. My dear teachers, if you do all these activities, definitely you make your children experts in expressing their opinions. Remember one thing, we have set this creative expression as one of the academic standards. So, in order to achieve that academic standards, we have to make our children experts in expressing their opinions. Thanks for listening to this demo will work you a lot in your classroom. I will meet you once again in another interesting session. Till then, bye and take good care of yourself. Over to Ismail sir.
Thank you very much, Vijay Bhaskar Garu and Madhu Garu. Thank you, Suman sir. Over to you.
Yeah. So welcome back, dear teachers. I thank Mr. Vijay Bhaskar and Mr. Madhu Babu, both of them, for putting in wonderful efforts in order to showcase so many ways of so many ideas that we can carry into our classroom transaction. I'm sure the teachers will find these sessions useful, and they'll carry a lot of things and try out in their classrooms. So thank you, both of you, once again for your efforts. Ismail sir, can we now have the question answer session?
Sir. Already a lot of time has been over, so we'll take few questions only.
Yes.
Pushparaj Getuluru Mandal Prakash is asking that how does opinion differs from consent, conviction, doctrine?
Sorry, how does opinion differ from consent?
Consent, conviction.
Conviction. Okay.
Doctorate.
Yes, sir. So, sir, yeah, opinion, as I said, is your feeling. It is just the way you feel about something or somebody. Whereas consent, giving consent is also a language function, sir. Consent అంటే ఏం లేదు, అగ్రిమెంట్. అంటే మీరు కన్సెంట్ ఇవ్వడం అంటే యు ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ అలౌవింగ్ సంబడి టు డూ సంథింగ్. అంటే మీ కన్సెంట్ ఇవ్వడం అంటే పర్మిషన్ ఇవ్వడము అని అర్థం. ఇక్కడ ఈ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో అగ్రిమెంట్. సో ఎవరైనా ఒపీనియన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేసినప్పుడు గివింగ్ కన్సెంట్ అంటే గివింగ్ యువర్ ఒపీనియన్ అనే అర్థం వస్తుంది. బట్ కన్సెంట్ ఈజ్ మోర్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సెప్టింగ్ or allowing somebody to do something. For example, you want to do something, you want somebody's consent. అంటే వాళ్ళ అప్రూవల్ కావాలి మీకు. ఓకే, గో అహెడ్ అని చెప్తే, రైట్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ ఎ న్యూ ఇనిషియేటివ్ ఇన్ యువర్ స్కూల్, యూ వాంట్ యువర్ హెడ్ మాస్టర్స్ consent, sorry. So consent అంటే his approval. Okay, sir, after listening to your idea, if he says, okay, go ahead, he has given you his consent. అంటే ఆయన యాక్సెప్ట్ చేశారు, ఆయన అప్రూవ్ చేస్తున్నారు అని అర్థం వస్తుంది. కన్విక్షన్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. కన్విక్షన్ ఈజ్ హౌ స్ట్రాంగ్ యు ఆర్. ఇట్ షోస్ యువర్ విల్ పవర్, రైట్? మీరు ఏదైనా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎంత కన్విక్షన్ తో ఉన్నారు, ఎంత విల్ పవర్ తో ఉన్నారు, ఎంత పాజిటివ్ గా ఉన్నారు అనేది దట్ షోస్ యువర్ కన్విక్షన్. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So another question, Giribabu. So please differentiate a word feel and opinion.
Word feel and opinion. Sir, yeah, they are just two words which we use to express opinions. అంటే ఫీల్ అంటే జనరల్ మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది మనకి. ఫీల్ అంటే ఫీలింగ్. బట్ అగైన్ ఫీలింగ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ అన్ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఫర్ ఒపీనియన్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒపీనియన్ అనేది యు ఆర్ థింకింగ్ అబౌట్ సంబడి, యువర్ థాట్స్ ఆన్ సంథింగ్ అండ్ సంబడి. సో ఒపీనియన్ గ్రామాటికల్లీ చెప్పుకోవాలంటే ఒక నౌన్ ఫామ్. సో ఒపీనియన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇన్ మై ఒపీనియన్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు మీరు. ఇన్ మై ఒపీనియన్, దానికి ఒక వర్క్ ఫామ్ ఉంది, ఒపైన్డ్ అంటాము. హీ ఒపైన్డ్ దాట్ అంటే అతను ఇలా ఒపీనియన్ చెప్పారు అని చెప్పడానికి హీ ఒపైన్డ్ అంటాము. షీ ఒపైన్డ్ అంటే తను ఈ విధంగా ఒపీనియన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేశారు అనేది ఒపైన్డ్ అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. దాన్నే మనం మోర్ కామన్ వర్డ్స్ లో వర్బ్ గా ఫీల్ అని యూజ్ చేస్తాము, రైట్? ఇన్ మై ఒపీనియన్ అని చెప్పుకోవడానికి బదులుగా ఐ ఫీల్ అని సింపుల్ గా ఇన్ఫార్మల్ గా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. ఐ ఫీల్. ఎస్ సార్.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll go with the last question. Abdul Razak Sheikh. While using language function, is spoken English, does grammar play a major role?
Yes, I already saw that question in the comments, live comments. Thank you, Razak Garu, for raising a valid question. Yeah, definitely, sir. Wherever language is involved, it is not about language functions. ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే మనం లాంగ్వేజ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో, whether it is for communicating or whether it is for teaching purposes, grammar definitely plays a major role. కాకపోతే ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ని మనము చాలా డీటెయిల్డ్ గా అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. వాట్ డూ యూ మీన్ బై గ్రామర్ ప్లేయింగ్ అన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్? ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే లాంగ్వేజ్ ఉంటుందో బై డిఫాల్ట్ గ్రామర్ అక్కడ ఉంటుందండి. కాకపోతే వాట్ డూ వి మీన్ బై ప్లేయింగ్ ఏ మేజర్ రోల్ అన్నప్పుడు మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మనం గ్రామర్ మీద డైరెక్ట్ ఫోకస్ పెడుతున్నామా లేదంటే ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా ఫోకస్ చేస్తున్నామా అనేది కొంచెం వీ హ్యావ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్ అండి. అంటే మనం హయ్యర్ క్లాసెస్ లో టీచ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా అంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా గ్రామాటికల్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడొచ్చండి. కానీ ప్రైమరీ క్లాస్ రూమ్స్ లో మనము వీ షుడ్ నాట్ ఫోకస్ ఆన్ గ్రామాటికల్. గ్రామర్ అంటేనే బేసికలీ టెక్నికల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండి, స్ట్రక్చరల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. సో ప్రైమరీ క్లాస్ రూమ్స్ లో ఫోకసింగ్ మోర్ ఆన్ గ్రామర్ లేదంటే గ్రామర్ మేజర్ రోల్ ప్లే చేయడం అంటూ డైరెక్ట్ గా ఏముండదండి. బట్ ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా వాట్ ఇట్ మీన్స్ ఈస్ టీచర్ గా మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు వాట్ ఎవర్ వీ డూ, వెదర్ వీఆర్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్ ఎ లెసన్, నరేటింగ్ ఎ స్టోరీ, జస్ట్ రిసైటింగ్ ఎ రైమ్, రైట్? వీఆర్ గివింగ్ దెమ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్, కండక్టింగ్ యాక్టివిటీస్. ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్ మనము యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు యాజ్ టీచర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ షూర్ దట్ అవర్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్, grammatical, appropriate. every time we speak to children, if we make sure that our language is simple and correct and comprehensible, automatically దాంట్లో ఉన్న correctness, grammar aspects, children will indirectly pick up. So definitely it will play an important role, but what it means is we have to make sure as teachers our language is grammatical. Daniki minchi we don't have to do anything explicitly or yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. I thank one and all, Mr. Vijay Bhaskar Garu, Madhu Garu, and leading Suman Garu. So many compliments I have seen in your in the comment section. So for congratulations for that. And we, as time is running out, we convey our thanks to one and all, and we'll say bye for today, and we'll meet in another topic in the day 14 with Purnima Ravi Garu making suggestion and giving advice. That will be the topic on Monday. So stay tuned till that. So subscribe our channel, share our channel. You will get notification. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you all.